What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a quick video just kind of talking about some updates. First of all, thank you everybody that checked out my new album, Big Riff Energy. Very thankful for everybody that has supported that. Since that's come out, I've gotten a couple new guitars. A few of which will get their own video, but I figure I'm just gonna focus on this one today. But I ended up being the new owner of this Epiphone Les Paul. And if you guys know the story of my Gibson 335 back there, the story with that one, short version, was it belonged to my great grandfather, and he passed away, I believe it was year 2000, and around 2013 or so, that was gifted to me from my grandfather. And I've used it many times since, a lot on recordings and some covers here and there. But this was another guitar that was owned by him for many years, and also that Epiphone Emperor, which I'll get to in another video. But this one here, it's an older one. They're both older. This is an 89 from what I can tell, from like the serial number database or whatever that I found online. It's got a kind of unique headstock shape, which some people were familiar with. I really wasn't, but I could tell it was something that I hadn't really seen much before. Apparently it's Korean made. I don't know too much about it, but all I know is that it's a pretty solid instrument. I mean, I've been kind of on that Les Paul bug for a little while now, and I just hadn't really pulled the trigger, and I didn't want to pull the trigger, just because, I mean, finding the right Les Paul is really, really tough, and it's very easy to spend a lot of money on a Les Paul. So when this came to me, I've played plenty of Epiphones before, and I didn't really expect very much, but it's really blowing me away. I'll be completely honest. I played it a bunch in like some Instagram live streams over the past week or so, and everybody was really enjoying the tone and stuff that I've gotten out of it. But yeah, anyway, when I got it, it had just been sitting up on the wall for numerous years. I don't even know how many at this point. But the fretboard was really dry. The frets were, kind of rusted out. A lot of the electronics weren't working very well. So what I did was I cleaned the frets. I polished those up. I oiled the fretboard. I used some contact cleaner on the pots, which were very scratchy. If you turn the knobs at all, you'd start to hear like some static and scratchy noises if you had the amp on. And it didn't play very well at all. It needed a neck adjustment, so I adjusted the truss rod a little bit, tightened that up, and after all that, throwing some new strings on there, I just got some 10 to 46 on here. The thing's playing like an absolute beast. I mean, I was expecting to want to change out the pickup, or at least the bridge pickup, and I gotta say, it's proving that it does not need to be replaced at all. I mean, listen to this. Hard to argue with that. If I do end up replacing anything, I might change out the pots just to something a little bit easier. Even after using the contact cleaner, a few of the pots are very easy to turn, but the bridge volume pot is still a little stiff, so it's tough to move around. The switch is a little loose, so I might swap that out. Honestly, I think that's it. I mean, The tuners are very stable. Um, the pickups, are great. This is the neck pickup. Very smooth bluesy tone, which isn't really my thing, but if the occasion ever calls for it, it's there, which is cool. Um, but yeah, I've dogged on Epiphones plenty of times over the years, but then again, I've never really played any old ones, um, and yeah, I mean, granted, I hear very good things about Epiphones these days. I won't say that the new ones are bad, but I mean, I've played plenty over the last 15 or so years. I've even owned a couple, and they were okay, but they really weren't anything special. But this thing has got some mojo behind it, and I definitely see myself using this in some new original music or some covers here and there, because I mean, I've got a lot of great guitars around me, as you guys can always see. And the past like week or so, I mean, I've been picking this thing up a lot. It's really got a great sound, and it's just really, really cool to get another guitar that has been a part of my family since around the time I was born. I mean, I think the serial number on this one was May of 90 or of 89, and I was born in October of that year. So this is going on 32 years old, which is pretty cool. And I don't know exactly when my great grandfather would have gotten it, but I assume it would have been around like late 89, maybe in the 90s or so, because I mean, most Epiphones don't stay on the shelves that long. But yeah, I don't know. It's really, really cool, and the finish is quite nice as well. You can even see these little stickers that my great grandfather must have put on there to kind of show where it maxes out, like where 10 out of 10 would be, which is pretty cool. I mean, Gibson does have that sometimes with like the little pointer arrow washers that can be mounted underneath the pots or underneath the knobs, but he just put these little like sparkly dots on there, which is pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say. It's a very cool guitar. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, and it's more than cured the itch that I had to get a Les Paul. I've played Gibsons that are worse than this. I mean, cost isn't everything always. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. But that's about it. Someone did ask before about the switch tip. I don't know what happened to it, and the threading seems to be a little bit smaller than your normal one. I did have a couple extras, but they appear to be for a normal USA size. So whenever I get a new switch, I will throw that tip on there. But that's all I really have to say. So thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know what you think.